Brian. So, just decided to do a live stream because there's a lot going on, man. There's so much going on to where I can't cover all the stories, but I'm gonna try to tackle a lot of different things. Maybe tomorrow if I don't work any overtime, or maybe Sunday. I got a fight to cover on Saturday in Stockton, so But nevertheless, I wanted to talk about the Skip Bayless situation, which I find very amusing. But Skip Bayless is at the point to where he's made a lot of enemies, and it's justifiably so. Skip Bayless has brought a lot of this. Well, I'm not going to say a lot. He's brought 95% on himself because of his dismissive and blatantly disrespectful attitude towards athletes, and particularly just black athletes to be exact. And shout out to Kwame Brown. I'm going to say this, and this is real talk. I know, I'll say this again. I know there's certain people that don't like Kwame Brown. They don't like his presentation, just like some people don't like my presentation. But, sometimes you can't say things the way other people say it. He's aggressive just like me for the most part, and I give him credit for that. But I give Kwame Brown credit for saying something that I've been saying about Skip Bayless for years. And now, based off the fact somebody like Kwame Brown said, is some validation to it. When he said that he'd always believed that Skip Bayless was a undercover racist. Well, I don't believe Skip Bayless is an undercover racist. I believe Skip Bayless is a racist. Like I said, all that stuff he said about, being raised by a black woman, nobody, listen, I'm not one of these Negroes that's easily moved by stuff like that. You just got, and you don't necessarily have to prove it to me neither. I'm going to always believe what I believe. I've always said this about Skip Bayless, and I think a lot of people believed it, but they were just scared to say it. And at the end of the day, just because Skip Bayless had a whole bunch of black people on his show doesn't mean anything. He needed black people. Like most people need black people. It's funny, we the most and least respected people on this planet, but we can generate the most revenue for everybody else except ourselves. We pat ourselves off of making everybody else billionaires, not millionaires, but we don't reap the benefits. This is why I've been saying for the longest, we need to start our own football leagues, own basketball leagues, own TV networks, own movie companies, build our own movie theaters. It can be done. It's going to be hard work, going to be tough, going to be a lot of hurdles, a lot of brick walls put up. But if we try hard enough and fight the good fight, I feel like we can do it. And that's just real talk. But rumor has it that Skip Bayless, for people that's saying, well, even I spoke maybe too soon. But rumor has it that ESPN, the executives, the big people at ESPN, don't want Skip Bayless back. I think they feel like Skip Bayless has went stale. The Skip Bayless gimmick is just worn out now. At the end of the day, Skip Bayless is 72 years old. And I saw right through Skip Bayless. I saw right through that fake swag that he pretended to have. Nobody cared about Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne, everybody just need to keep it 100 with Lil Wayne is a straight up coon. This is a man that disrespected Emmett Till. And this is a dude that tried to pretend like he don't know that racism exists just because white people buy tickets to come see you perform. First of all, white people used to come watch, Ray Charles perform. They used to come watch black entertainers perform on a regular basis. at those same shows where black people wasn't allowed to attend. Just because people are entertained by us doesn't mean they like us. So for him to make such a blanket, ignorant, asinine statement, that just goes to show you all you need to know about Lil Wayne. You know? And that's just real talk. Nobody was fooled by Skip Bayless gimmick. I saw right through Count Cracula. Not Dracula, Cracula, as in cracker. That's his name to me, Count Cracula, with a C. Skip Bayless has always been a racist to me. I could see it, and if I was around him, I could smell it. I know a racist when I see one. There's a difference between being ignorantly racist but still being a nice person, and there's a person that's a condescending racist like Skip Bayless. Always was trying to disrespect black people. He would bring a lot of these black athletes on his show just to try to disrespect them. To try to show that he was intellectually superior over them. Man always had something negative to say about Floyd Mayweather. And before you found out that Floyd Mayweather was a super coon. Man was calling Chris Bosh out his name, calling, Allen Iverson out his name, Skip Mr. Whatever. Man averaged like 1 point something, or didn't even average a half a point as a high school player. Water Pistol Pete. And Skip Bayless could dish it out, but he couldn't take it. Man threatened to call, and then everybody knows I'm not a Charles Barkley fan. Man threatened to call the police on Charles Barkley. He's been threatening me. He could dish it out, but he can't take it. And I'm just going to tell you, I know Stephen A. Smith sitting up there talking, Skip's my brother. And if Skip Bayless is your brother, that further proves, Stephen A., what you are and what many people believe you are, dude. You consider a dude like that your brother? But then again, Stephen A., you got your big deal. You inequitably, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'll just say you unanimously, by pretty much the standards of anybody that have dignity as a black person, you sold your soul. And that's cool. You finally got what you wanted. Nobody takes you seriously anyway. Real talk. Anyway. I have to say double anyway. Because nobody can't take you serious. We know what you are, dude. And let me tell y'all something behind the scenes. If y'all think Stephen A. Smith ain't went into the producer's office, went into the people that pay his salary, you don't think his agent ain't went behind the scenes and said, don't bring Skip Bayless back? I can tell you right now, I know how this works. The same way he got Max Kellerman out of there, you think he want them to bring Skip Bayless back? Because now he feel like he a big dog now. He feel like he running the show. He feels like if they bring Skip Bayless back, that's going to take a bit away of his clout that he worked so hard by cooning himself out to obtain. That's just real talk. So listen, y'all know how this works. Yeah, he talking good and speaking kindly of Skip Bayless, but let's just keep it a buck. Y'all know damn well Stephen A. Smith don't want Skip Bayless to come back to ESPN. Why would he? Why would he welcome him back? You did, and then also, as far as the cherry on the top goes, you think Shannon Sharp want to be in the same building with Skip Bayless again? You think Shannon Sharp want to work with Skip Bayless? Are you kidding me? You don't think Shannon Sharp then had his people, have his team, have his agents say, y'all better not bring Skip Bayless back? They're not going to openly say this, because guess what? If they openly say it, then, well, you know what happens. Then we have to talk about it. He's not gonna. Of course, he's gonna. Either he's not gonna speak on it at all, or he's gonna pretend to act like, I wish him the best and all this kind of stuff, and there's no ill will toward. Come on, man. Shannon Sharpe probably hates Skip Bayless guts. Shannon Sharpe, I could tell the moment Skip Bayless blatantly disrespected him the way he did. Shannon Sharpe, I could tell Shannon Sharpe wanted to whoop Skip Bayless' ass. And I commend Shannon Sharpe for keeping his cool, because I could tell it almost went down. I went back and watched that show. When Shannon Sharpe took off his glasses, it looked like I could see the steam coming out of Shannon. And when somebody's so mad to where they lose their voice, when you say, that mean they mad. That mean it could get violent. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah. And then the funny thing is, it's been proven once and for all, Skip Bayless need black people to function. He need black people to survive. It wasn't never about Skip Bayless to begin with. It was about who he had. Only reason why people watched Undisputed is because, one, of the intro, because of Lil Wayne, and then who he had on there. Well, at the end of the day, people could say, well, he put some people on, he put black people on, but yeah, at a cost, to try to humiliate them. Like I said, he used to call Floyd Mayweather Floyd, May never. Used to call Allen Iverson me, myself, and Iverson. Used to call Chris Bosh out his name. Always had these elaborate disrespect. Like I said, he basically was calling Chris Bosh a girl. And then he the one that started this thing where everybody just started to pile on Russell Westbrook. Now listen, I've criticized Russell Westbrook, but I've saw some good things to Russell Westbrook. Listen, at the end of the day, Russell Westbrook is going to be in the NBA Hall of Fame. Whether it's the first ballot, the second ballot, but Russell Westbrook will eventually be in the NBA Hall of Fame. His numbers say it. He's a league MVP. He was basically calling them a chick. When you call somebody Spice, you calling another man a chick. Like when Jim Everett was getting disrespected by Jim Rome, when he was calling him Chris Everett, he was calling him a chick. That's one of the most disrespectful terminologies you can refer to another man as. That's automatically damn near an ass whooping. So when Jim Everett slung, and it's on YouTube, when Jim Everett slung Jim Rome halfway across the room, he had it coming and he deserved it. It's on YouTube. And it's kind of funny when you think about it. When you look in the comment section, nobody called Jim Everett a thug. Most people said Jim Rome deserved it. But if it was a black dude, they would have been calling him a thug, saying he belonged in jail and all that kind of stuff. But these are the same people that had an issue with Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. So that's what he was insinuating by calling him Bosh Spice. And he lucky that Chris Bosh didn't whoop his ass. And then he'd sit up there and say, yeah, I'll tell Russell Westbrook right to his face. Yeah, but what Russell Westbrook said, come say it to my face. Russell Westbrook's man, come say it to my face in the streets. And we all know that Russell Westbrook will whoop Skip Bayless' ass up and down the street. I'll take Russell Westbrook in a fade with Skip Bayless. So like I said before, couldn't have happened to a worse person. So now Skip Bayless is going to have to figure the day he shoots his last show, what happens next. I mean, Skip Bayless got a podcast. He'll probably start his own stuff. But at the end of the day, it's still, I'm going to be honest with you. Skip Bayless has an annoying voice. I couldn't stand to listen to Skip Bayless longer than maybe 10 minutes max talk because of that annoying voice of his. And his talking points were trash. I mean, when did he ever win a debate against somebody? He would always get cooked by Stephen A. Smith. He would always lose debates. He got exposed by Floyd Mayweather Sr. about his lack of knowledge in boxing. So when did he ever win anything? He was trash. He was just, all he was a condescended cracker. That's all he was. Always trying to disrespect the brothers. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. I could never do no stuff like that. I wouldn't let no dude like that disrespect me. And everybody knows how I get down. I don't let nobody come on my platform disrespect me. And I don't give a damn what color they is. So just looking at this dude over the year, keep in mind, you guys, I'm from the Bay Area. I remember when Skip Bayless was on radio. Skip Bayless always used to say stuff, condescending stuff. All you got to do is go, you can look up the article he wrote about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You could Google it. And you watch that man. Watch that article he wrote about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I guess this was in the 80s. Or maybe right after Kareem retired. And you tell me that you don't think Skip Bayless is a racist. I never liked Skip Bayless to begin with. I used to have to listen to him when he worked in the Bay Area, when he worked for the San Jose Mercury News, when he was a columnist. He did radio in the Bay Area, Ticket 1050 every once in a while. And Skip Bayless was annoying then. When he would do lightweight radio, every once in a while, he would serve as a guest host on the Ticket 1050. I remember Skip Bayless. He always gave me those white supremacist racist vibes. So there you have it. But anyway, that's all I have to say. I'll be back with more later on. It's your boy Tam. I'm out.